and welcome to The Update. I'm Michelle Stevenson. The PM has addressed caucus ahead of Tuesday's budget, saying his government is keeping its promise that no people will be left behind. Almost $15 billion in cost of living measures will be outlined, including an energy rebate worth up to $500. Anthony Albanese says Labor's budget will also be aspirational.
And I was really proud today to announce the single parenting payment would increase from 8 to 14 so that those families could look after people.
Well, Shadow Finance Minister Jane Hume has hit back, saying that the government runs the risk of fueling inflation with the big spending in the budget. She says spending almost $15 billion on cost of living measures won't help unless the government reins in its own spending.
Unless they reduce inflation, well, any cost of living measure, any handout, any increase to welfare will simply be gobbled up. It'll be eroded by high inflation.
Victoria won't receive any funding for the 2026 Commonwealth Games in the budget. Instead, the Albanese government has prioritised up to $1 billion over the next 4 years for Queensland's sporting infrastructure ahead of the Olympics. Now, the woman raped by former NRL star Jared Hayne has told his sentencing hearing her life is a never-ending nightmare. After 3 trials, his victim says she hasn't been able to move on or find peace. Westpac has recorded just over $4 billion in profit in the first half of the financial year. That's up 22% on this time last year, and it follows bumper profits announced by NAB as well as ANZ last week. Rising interest rates and growth in home and business loans are being credited for the boost. And New South Wales is setting the birth rate pace, leaving all other states in its wake. New figures show women in the state had nearly 100,000 babies last year. That's 20,000 more compared with the next highest state, Victoria. Now, sport and entertainment are next. To sport, and just 10 weeks out from the Women's FIFA World Cup, and Matilda's captain Sam Kerr has suffered an ankle injury in English club football. Fresh from carrying the Australian flag at the King's coronation, the star player has limped off the field with a cramp, but club managers are playing down fears over her fitness. Now, in your entertainment news, a scaled-back MTV Movie and Television Awards have been held today. Winners include Tom Cruise for Maverick, Jennifer Coolidge in The White Lotus, while Selena Gomez won for Best Documentary for My Mind and Me. The Last of Us was also a pretty big winner, taking out Best Hero for Pedro Pascal, Best Duo, as well as Best TV Show, while Taylor Swift took home the Best Song Gong for Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing. And speaking of Taylor Swift, wild weather in Nashville has forced organisers to delay Taylor's concert for 4 hours. Taylor was preparing to front her third show at Nashville's Nissan Stadium when fans were warned to shelter in place due to lightning. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll have another episode of The Update for you tomorrow. I'm Michelle Stevenson.